Hello, dear learners. I, A.S. Kulkarni, welcome you to this presentation on PTC and hospital formulary. In this session, we will discuss on Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee, that is PTC. Learning outcomes of today's presentation are: after completion of this presentation, learners will be able to understand the PTC in a hospital and also will be able to remember the composition and role of pharmacy and therapeutic committee in a hospital. Roadmap of this presentation: first we will see the introduction of PTC. After we will go for composition and purpose of PTC in a hospital. Afterwards we will go for functions and objectives of PTC, and next we will go for role of PTC in adverse drug reactions. At the last we will go for role of PTC in drug safety. So before going to actual presentation, here is a reflection spot for you. Why PTC is essential in a hospital? You just pause the presentation, try to write the answer for it, and then play the presentation. Yes, you are right. So let's move forward. So in the introduction, you can see in this picture, so here actually the members of PTC is discussing, so meeting is going on in the here about the selection of drugs in the hospital for the use. So here in the advancement of medicines, tremendous drugs or formulations which are available in the market for treatment of different diseases. So many drugs or so many formulation with same API, that is active pharmaceutical ingredient, which is available in the market. So what factors or what drug to be used for this particular treatment. So here the rational selection of drug for use is a very important administratively and therapeutically. So it is very important to select the proper drug for the treatment. So for this purpose, hospital make a sound policy for effectiveness and safety. So it is very important task for the administrator of the hospital. So here to make the policies for effectiveness and safety of the drug. So for this purpose, here pharmacy and therapeutic committee is met. So this particular purpose which can be achieved or could be achieved by constituting the pharmacy and therapeutic committee. So this committee which are going to meeting, or you can say that they will conduct the meeting for the selection of drug which will be used in the hospital. So this is very important task for the PTC to select the right medicine for the treatment. So it helps to the physicians, pharmacists and nurses for getting the information on the recent advancement of the drugs. So this is about the introduction part. So let's move forward. So here we will see the composition of PTC. So what type of member or what members which included in this committee. So here this committee or this PTC, which is composed of members or a representative from all walks of healthcare team, because it is related to the medicine. So here the members in this particular committee is from the healthcare system or the members of healthcare team. So let's see the composition here. So pharmacy and therapeutic committee, which is composed of the first member, that is the chairperson, that is physicians. So here physician which is actually selecting the or prescribing the medicines for the treatment. So here physician is an chairperson of this committee. Second member or representative, which is from the pharmacy department, that is the pharmacist, because here pharmacist is actually purchasing the medicines which is required in the hospital. So here pharmacist is serve as or act as the secretary of this particular pharmacy and therapeutic committee. The next member is coming from the nursing services, that is the nurses. He is actually administering the medicines to the patient. And at the last here, the members or representative from the administrator is actually sanctioning all these policies which is made by this particular committee. So here the physicians from the general medicine or the general surgeon and the anesthetic. So the physicians from this particular specialist or these particular departments. So this is the composition of a pharmacy and therapeutic committee. So the members are representative from the healthcare system. So here the physician is there, as well as the pharmacist, as well as the nurses, and at last here the administrative department. So here the chairperson is appointed from the physician representative, because here actually physician who is prescribing the medicines. So this particular physician, which is the head of this particular department, or you can say that pharmacy and therapeutic committee. And pharmacist is works as a secretary in this particular committee. So this is about the composition and the head of department of this particular committee and the secretary, and the remaining are the members of this particular committee. So let's move forward. Here we will see the purpose of PTC. Why actually pharmacy and therapeutic committee, which is essential in the hospital. So here the main purpose of this PTC is educational purpose and the advisory purpose. So here PTC will educate the healthcare team with the recent advancement which is coming in the market, and they will advise to that particular department or the members of healthcare team to implement that particular policies which is laid down by the pharmacy and therapeutic committee. So let's see here. So here educational in this recommends to organize programs, seminars or workshop to furnish current development of drug and its safe use. So here pharmacy and therapeutic committee will arrange the seminars as well as the different programs to provide the current development of drugs and its safe use. You can see in this picture here actually the committee will arrange here the some seminars to provide the information on the drugs, that is on the newer drugs or old drugs. So the first purpose of this particular pharmacy and therapeutic committee is to educate the healthcare team on the recent advancement, and the second is here. So here the PTC will advise to healthcare team to implement the policies laid down for the selection, evaluation and a rational use of drug in the hospital. So they will make the policies for the selection as well as the evaluation and the rational use of the drug in the hospital. So they will provide that policies to the healthcare team, and here advice will be given to that particular healthcare member to implement that particular policies while working in that particular hospital. So here the main purpose of this PTC is to educate the healthcare team and to advise the healthcare team to implement the policies which is laid down by the PTC. So this is about the purpose of the PTC in a hospital. So coming to the next here, so here at that particular point here, the pharmacy and therapeutic committee will take the meetings. So the success of a meeting depends on the agenda. So every meeting will succeed when that particular committee will prepare the agenda for that particular meeting for the discussion. So this particular agenda which is made available before the scheduling the meeting by the secretary. So here pharmacist works as a secretary, so pharmacist should prepare the agenda for this particular meeting. So here we will see the agenda of the meeting. So this agenda consists of minutes of a previous meeting which is held by that particular PTC committee in a previous, as well as review of hospital formulary sections, either addition or deletion of the product, that is the drug which is used in the hospital, and also review on ADR reported in a hospital since the previous meeting. So if there is any adverse drug reaction which is happened in that particular hospital, so they will be reviewed on it at the time of this particular PTC meeting, as well as the drug and safety in a hospital. What type of precautions should be taken in case of drug safety, as well as what type of policies should be implemented in the hospital in case of drug safety. So all these points will be covered or will be held or discussed in the meeting. So these points should be prepared before scheduling the meeting, and this should be prepared by the secretary of this pharmacy and therapeutic committee. So here at least 6 meetings in a year, and whenever it is necessary that meeting should be conducted. So at least 6 meetings should be there, or more than that whenever it is essential. So the minutes of the meeting are prepared by the secretary and maintain all the records permanently. So whatever the discussion which is done in the meeting should be recorded or should be maintained by the secretary of pharmacy and therapeutic committee, and the records of all the discussion should be maintained permanently. Also, a recommendation will be presented to medical staff for implementation. So whatever the discussion which is done, or whatever outcomes which is done or which is coming from this particular discussion at the time of meeting, should be presented to the medical staff for the implementation, or the policies which is made in this particular meeting should be presented to the medical staff or the healthcare team for this implementation. So just remember here, so agenda should be prepared before the meeting schedule. So here that particular point should be included for the meeting, and the record should be also maintained by the secretary. So this is about the agenda of the committee of that particular meeting. So let's see here the functions and objectives of the pharmacy and therapeutic committee. So the first function is PTC guides medical staff and hospital administration in all matters related to the drug use or the use of drug. So here PTC will guide to all the healthcare members as well as team as well as the administrator in or for this use of drug in the hospital. So here also this PTC lay down written policies and procedures for appraisal, selection, procurement, storage and the distribution of the drugs. So here PTC will make the policies in a written as well as the procedure for selection, appraisal, procurement, what type of drug should be procured for the use in the hospital, as well as its storage conditions, what type of condition should be required to store that particular medicines or drugs, as well as how to distribute of these particular drugs. So all these procedure and policies should be done by the PTC. Also, to form the hospital own formulary and update it periodically. So hospital formulary means the important document of the hospital which contains the approved list of drugs which will be used in the hospital, and whenever it is necessary, so that hospital formulary should be updated periodically. So this should be done by the pharmacy and therapeutic committee. Also PTC prepare a list of drugs for emergency kit and the first aid kit. So here PTC will prepare this particular requirements for the emergency kit and the first aid kit. Also PTC prepare a list of drugs to be kept in satellite pharmacy and a nursing station. So if there is a bigger hospital, so definitely that list should be done by the PTC, whatever the material which is required in that particular satellite pharmacy and the complete store of a medicine at the nursing station. Also here PTC carry quality audit and check GMP practice in a manufacturing unit or not. So they will do the surprise visit to that particular department, either that particular department which is working by following the GMP or not. So here also to review adverse drug reaction to the drugs, if any. Also to conduct suitable educational program on safe use of the drugs. So here PTC will arrange the suitable seminars as well as the training programs under the educational programs on safe use and rational selection of drugs for the treatment. Also advise the pharmacy staff for a better services to inpatient as well as to the outpatient. Also forms subcommittees if needed to design policies regarding rational therapy for special groups on pharmacological action like subcommittee for gastrointestinal tract, also the subcommittee for cardiovascular disorders, as well as for the endocrinology, as well as for the antibiotic and chemotherapy puritic agents, also for the CNS agent, also for the maternity and pediatric, and the chest diseases. So he has an authority to form subcommittees to give the better service to the patient by providing the quality services. So here these are the some functions and objectives of pharmacy and therapeutic committees. So let's move forward. Here we'll see the role of a PTC in adverse drug reactions. So what is mean that adverse drug reactions? So these are the unwanted or unexpected effect produced by the drugs on the required dose. So these are the unwanted or unexpected effect. We can't judge that particular drugs produces this type of reactions, but it will be happens in some cases. So these adverse drug reaction results from overdose, hypersensitivity reaction, or the allergic conditions. So here in this adverse drug reaction, PTC acts in two ways. So the first, to treat such a patient. So here is a responsibility of a pharmacy and therapeutic committee to treat that particular patient which is suffered with the adverse drug reactions, because here emergency treatment is required in the adverse drug reaction. So here the role of PTC in adverse drug reaction is very important. So it is necessary to treat that particular patient immediately, because it may lead to the serious condition with that patient, or sometimes lead may be occur. So to avoid such a problem, here the treatment is required to that particular patient immediately. So here also the role of PTC is there to prevent such adverse drug reaction in future. So this is also responsibility of a pharmacy and therapeutic committee in adverse drug reaction. That is, same adverse drug reaction should not be produced in future with other patient or with the same patient. So this is the role of the pharmacy and therapeutic committee in adverse drug reaction. So here the physician must submit a report of adverse drug reaction which is happened with that patient. So this adverse drug reaction should be reported with the particular format, like here the adverse report number or adverse drug reaction report number, here also in which patient that adverse drug reaction is happened. So the name of the patient as well as the gender of that particular patient, and here the age, body weight of that particular patient, and very important, the date when it is happened. Also this report should consist some therapy related information like the reported drug or indications with that particular patient, as well as the name of a drug used here for the treatment and that drug will produce or that produce adverse drug reaction. So the details is also mentioned here, that is adverse drug reaction details. Also the sources of drugs, that is the batch number of that particular medicine or the drug, as well as manufacturing and expiry date, and the name of a manufacturer. Also this report should include the steps which are involved for the treatment of a same ADR, the step take to treat the ADR. So that should be also mentioned in this report. Also the name of the attending physician who is actually attending that particular patient. So the name of this particular physician, and at the last the sign of that the physician. So by using this format here, the adverse reaction report should be done. So it includes all the information related to the adverse drug reaction. So this is the role of PTC in the adverse drug reaction. So to treat that particular patient and to avoid same adverse drug reaction in future, or to prevent that. So let's move forward. Here in this slide we will see the role of a pharmacy and therapeutic committee in drug safety, because drug safety is a very important. So it will be happen, or the medication error will be happen at the time of prescription writing, or the dispensing of the medicine, or the at the time of the administration of the drug. So here the drug safety is a prime responsibilities of the hospital pharmacist, because tremendous or numerous drugs formulation which are available. So the drug safety aspect should be or should taken into consideration. So here pharmacy medication error or the accident results in a serious condition or lead to the death of the patient. So that's why here drug safety is very important, and it is a prime responsibility of the hospital pharmacist. So in this drug safety here, PTC plays a vital role for drug safety in a hospital. So here the role of PTC is very important in the drug safety. So let's see here. So here PTC will provide some guidelines to achieve the drug safety. So we'll see that the first guideline is there, that is chief pharmacist or the head of the pharmacy department should be a registered pharmacist with a minimum bachelor of pharmacy qualification, and the others who is actually working in that department in the pharmacy section should be diploma holders. If the registered pharmacist is there, so here the medication errors will be prevented or will be avoided. So that's why here a registered pharmacist should be appointed in the hospital pharmacy. Also the dispensing of a medicine should be done by a registered pharmacist only. So whatever the prescription which is coming in the hospital pharmacy, so here so that drugs should be dispensed by a registered pharmacist. So the medication error will be avoided because it is directly seen by the registered pharmacist. Also The adequate number of pharmacists must be appointed to fulfill the 24 hours working requirement in a different shift. So this number of pharmacists is depends on the bed size of the hospital. So the enough pharmacist or the adequate number of pharmacists should be appointed. Also, sufficient facilities shall be provided for the storage and handling of medicines in the pharmacy. So facilities are very important at the time of or in the hospital pharmacy. So if facilities are there, so definitely the pharmacist will be able to provide the or at the time of distribution, so that distribution will be done in proper. So facilities are required here, so that facility shall be provided for the storage as well as the handling of the medicine in the pharmacy. Also, glass infusion bottles or the container shall not be permitted for other uses like store of antiseptic solution or for the collection of urine. So this particular point should be considered here. So to avoid such a happenings in the hospital. Also, narcotic drugs or psychotropic drugs or the poisonous substances should be stored in a separate cupboard under lock and key and shall confirm the legal requirements. So this particular point should be considered here because some scheduled drugs which should be dispensed if they are required legally, and that should be stored in a separate drawer or cupboard with lock and key. So they will dispense after the legal requirement, after confirmation of the legal requirement. Also, quality audit should be carried out at a regular period to check whether the guidelines of GMP are followed or not. So surprise audit should be there. So to check whether these workers or the pharmacist is actually working with the GMP or not. Also, library and documentation facility shall be provided for the hospital pharmacy. Also, no one shall be allowed to enter in the pharmacy after closing except the pharmacist, as well as at the working hours no one can be allowed to enter in the pharmacy. So only registered pharmacists should allow to enter in the hospital pharmacy and allowed to dispense the medicine. So these are the some guidelines should be prepared by the PTC and presented to the hospital pharmacy in case of drug safety. If you have question on this presentation, you can drop your question on my WhatsApp number or on my email ID. At last, thank you for watching this presentation. Thank you very much.